Hey everyone, Mr. Justin here from Urban Impact. I am here today. I hope you guys are doing well and I hope you guys are staying safe. I know these times are really, really interesting, but God is going to see us through. So stay encouraged. So look, Mr. Nate, Mr. Lorenz, and we are going to be coming to you guys with some Bible studies, and we're going to be talking about what does courage look like from the perspective of characters of the Bible in the early day church. Because, people deal with fear, now, but if we only really knew the things that they had to go through then, we would really be mind blown. But somehow, God allowed them to maintain courage in the Lord and go through their obstacles with faith and keep on pushing. So we're going to be talking about this, and so let's get the ball rolling here. I'm going to be talking about 2nd Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. So if you guys have a Bible, get that out. Or if you guys have a phone Bible app or whatever version, whatever the case may be, get that out and let's talk for a little while. So that's 2nd Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." So, interesting scripture here. I know many of us have heard it so many times, but we're going to talk about it. So, the backstory or the context that the scripture was being written in is very interesting because um, the writer of this scripture is actually Paul. And I know you guys know Paul. Paul's your friend, he's my friend too. Yeah, so Paul, he was at prison. He was at a prison, in a prison cell, writing this letter to Timothy. And so Paul was a mentor and Timothy was his mentee. Or, sometimes we have like big brother programs where there's the big brother, the little brother. You can think about it that way too. But Paul was a mentor to Timothy. And so Timothy was someone who dealt a lot with fears and timidness and anxieties and all of these things. But so here Paul is telling Timothy, like you're walking in fear and you're dealing with all of this timidness, but or timidity, as the some versions say, but that's not something that God gave us. God never gave us fear. God never gave us timidity. God never gave us those things. So the question I want you to think about is, if God never gave us fear and if He never gave us timidity or timidness, whatever, why is it here? So everything that God gives us, there will always be a counterfeit. The enemy will always try to suggest a counterfeit. So what do I mean? So God gives faith, and so the enemy is going to try to give fear, right? God gives light. The enemy is going to try to give darkness. God gives love. The enemy is going to try to bring hatred and division and all of these things, because the enemy is going to try to counteract the thing that God is doing. So what Paul is saying to Timothy is that, when you choose to walk in fear or in timidness, that's not something that God gave us. So fear is a lie. It's not real. It's deception, okay? So God never gave us the spirit of fear, but He did give us power, miraculous power. He gave us love, and He gave us self-control. So that might sound similar, but a little bit different, because you're probably used to hearing that He gave us power, love, and a sound mind. And that's awesome. In the King James Version, that's how it's said. But in other versions of the Bible, more accurately, is self-control. So that lets us know that we have the ability to decide. Like, God gave us the gift of self-control. That's actually one of the fruits of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is, gentleness, meekness, self-control, love, all of those. You can read Galatians 5 verse 22 and read more about the fruit of the Spirit. But He gave us self-control. So what does this let us know? This lets us know that we have a choice here, okay? And so that's where I'm going to leave you guys today. What is your choice? You can choose into your fears. You can choose into being anxious. You can choose into all of those things. Or you can choose the peace of God. You can choose to have faith, because I know things are kind of crazy. And if you've been going to the supermarket with your parents, or if your parent, you might be the parent watching right now, things have been kind of crazy, and people are trying to buy toilet paper, and they can't, and people are trying, like, I've been been trying to buy soup, and it's like there's no soup on the shelves, and so things are a little bit crazy right now. So we can use these situations, and we could just go into fear mode or panic mode, or we can use the self-control that God gifted us with, and we can say, you know what, things are a little bit crazy right now, and they're a little bit interesting right now, but I'm going to choose my faith, because faith is a gift. Faith is a gift that the enemy can never take away. I'll say it again. Faith is a gift that the enemy can never take away. So I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you guys to stay safe. Let's just keep on moving forward, trusting in God, because God, He is going to bring us through. Okay, so stay safe, and we'll see you guys soon, okay? See you later.